And these are the characters you will be role-playing for the next couple minutes, 20 minutes. So I want you to read them and take a couple seconds. All right, now I want you to close your eyes. You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, orientation to Amity's pilot program on social entrepreneurship. Before you open your eyes to this new reality, think about who you are and root yourself in this new identity. Plug your feet into the ground and energize yourself. Now breathe slow and deep, thinking about your new identities. Open your heart, mind, and body to this new person. Commit to this character. You are ex-convicts at Amity Ranch. Now open your eyes and welcome to orientation. Our first presenters are Caitlin and Pilar, who will briefly describe how their market research shows the potential success of this entrepreneurial program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your first day of orientation. I hope you're all as excited as we are. So I'm sure you guys all have some questions. It's early in the morning. That's all right. We'll all wake up eventually. Really, why are you here? How do you know this is going to be worth your time? I am here to tell you that Pilar and myself, we've done some research, and we know that this program is going to be successful. There have been other programs, such as Defy Ventures by Catherine Rohr, which is kind of like an accelerated MBA program. It really selects ambitious men, and it gives them the career opportunities, leadership advancement. These are all former inmates, but just like yourselves, but it's okay because you know what? They've succeeded in life. They've gone on to create their own business, their own capital ventures. There's been another program, Entrepreneurial Mindset Program, which was started by the University of Pittsburgh, and that helps ex-convicts create their own business plans and their own businesses to create their own jobs. And while this is all great, they're missing one element. There's an important aspect of therapy and understanding like where you are in your lives and accepting who you are. So we're here and offering this program to you because we're going to combine this therapy with these entrepreneurial skills to give you the best well-rounded education and experience to prepare you for the real world. And this is going to work. Each program has had success on its own, and we're taking all those best elements and combining them into one all-inclusive program to best prepare you to be the best individuals you can be.
Hi guys. So what we are trying to do is take all of these core 4 skills that we have and then take them and combine them with business skills. So in the end, you have emotional intelligence and business skills that you can either apply to start your own venture, or you can go into someone else's startup or business and you can tell them, this is what I've done and this is what I will bring to the table. Now, why will this program succeed? Because we are giving you a safe environment for you to experience and fail, which not a lot of programs can do for you. We are also focusing on accountability. So we are focusing on you are each responsible for each other, which will give you a sense of community, which is very important. And also our pilot program, which you will be a part of, has very set guidelines and standards. So we have this fantastic program set for you, and Lonnie and Sharon will tell you more about it.
All right, so just as they were saying, they've taken all of the best people who are doing this right now, and what we're here to tell you about is how we're going to teach these skills to you. So Lonnie and I have devised a very comprehensive curriculum which will teach you both the social and emotional skills you need through the core 4 and the therapeutic community essentials, and the technical skills that you will need to succeed in any field, because what's most important in this program is your interests and your passions. Everybody is interested in different things. That's really what drives us as people, and we're here to to help bring that out in you and put it into practice. So the way we're going to do that is through a 5-phase curriculum. I'm going to talk about the first 4 phases, which will teach you really the heart of the social and emotional skills. So in our first phase, we connect with ourselves and we connect with one another. This is really the beginning of starting your projects and involves a lot of teamwork as well as self-reflection. In the second phase, we'll learn how to set boundaries and size down our goals so that they are really something that we can accomplish in small steps and with results. And in our third stage, we'll learn how to convert our ideas that we've come up with in our second stage into real business plans and project plans for our media community and also for the greater community for our future. And in our fourth stage, we will really strategize and execute these project plans. Now, Lonnie will talk about our 5th phase, which is really monumental.
Thank you, Sharon. So the first 4 phases, as you heard from Sharon, are really about the social and emotional intelligence skills that you really need to succeed in business and in entrepreneurship. The final phase, phase 5 of the program, is really about the technical skills because these are also important when you're going into the business industry. So some of these lessons will include finance and accounting and technological skills and computer skills and marketing, among many others. And this, in combination with these core 4 skills and the TC Essentials, will really enable you to reach your maximum potential in becoming an entrepreneur.
So what's really most important to us while we're doing this is because we've gained a lot of important experience in learning entrepreneurship, and it has meant a lot to us. Now, we've created this program, and we think that these skills will really allow us to learn from each other. We've learned on our own, and I think it's important that we can all become a community that learns from one another.
And now we'd like to call on 2 experts. First, we'd like to call on Harry. Could you please explain in about a minute how we will bring together therapeutic community essentials and entrepreneurship at Amity?
Thank you. Basically, when you have a therapeutic community, the residents come from very difficult backgrounds, broken families, criminal history. The TC helps get them together, gets them more mature and more capable. But what it doesn't do very well is around work and jobs and practicality. So bringing a focus of entrepreneurship and permeating the programs with those ideas, it gives people opportunities and a laboratory and a chance to really do that. Based on prior research, it will help the employment a great deal, and some of them may actually begin companies, and it will reinvent the not-for-profit through this way so it can be making money and to help support the program.
Thank you,
Back to
Harry.
McGrath.
And now we'd like to ask Ellen McGrath, who will also work on the Amity project.
Okay.
Could you please explain in 1 minute how Core 4 in an entrepreneurship context will be applied to the Amity participants?
Yes.
1 minute to explain how Core 4 will be applied in an Amity context. Okay, no problem. So Core 4 happens to be one of the most powerful set of success skills that we have seen yet. And we have found that regardless of your background and the difficulties that you've had in life, if you try out any of them, even a little bit, your power starts to increase, and then you grow more power, and you can make it go much wider depending on how many of these skills you decide to embrace. Examples. We have worked in Amity before, and we have seen people begin to talk and communicate in ways that were previously too scary to do. We've seen people have breakthroughs where they're going like, yeah! And they don't do that normally. And then they go out and they are actually able to create that same yeah in a business. And we've seen them contribute to the community in ways that you will not be able to imagine at this point.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Ellen. And now Connor and I are going to present our networking project. So we had an idea we wanted to establish a network to really open up opportunities for people who didn't have the advantages that we're all used to. And And we thought the best way to establish this network would be to create a database with a website for people to come on. It would help market the idea of the curriculum and the conference, as well as allow for people to give donations and provide support.
Yeah, so as Adam said, our MVP for this website will be one, to provide a donation portal, which will allow anyone that hears about it to apply or donate directly to it. It'll show contact information about how you can get involved as a mentor or teacher. It'll also have a blog so people can track what's going on, about success stories and what's currently happening at the program to make it more interactive. And for our conference, what we'll be talking about in a second, it'll also give all the information, who's attending, and what the schedule will be for the conference. We estimate that we can do a very simple version of this website with a budget around a few $1,000s. And right now, Harry has already talked to people at Amity, and we've gotten good feedback from this, and we know that they're interested in doing this.
So now, most of all, we could really use your support. As much involvement, as much spreading the word, anything you can do to get involved would be wonderful. And now we want to move on to Nina, who will present the conference.
Hi. So now that you've heard about the research that went into building this project, you've heard about our potential partners and resources, you've heard about how these three things are prefacing the last component, which is the conference. The conference will be a 3-day annual event, which will feature our very own Dr. Ella McGrath. You'll know her. She's very cool. And Dr. Harry Wexler. In addition to these keynote speeches, we also have in the afternoon workshops. And these workshops will deal with social issues, social entrepreneurial issues, and in addition to that, it will help with workshopping case studies on what you can do, what your voice can do to help your community, your industry. So the conference is not only to promote our successes, we're very interested in your failures, in your life failures, but we don't like to call them failures, we like to call them challenges. So as we always say, fail fast, fail often, and this conference encapsulates that ideal. So we are encouraging networking, collective brainstorming, and as far as we know, this conference is the first of its kind to really focus purely on failure within the ex-convict industry, us trying to help you guys, but you guys trying to help us understand also. So graduates of our program are welcome to attend and also moderate this excellent conference, because it's really your voice. You are our reason, our focus, our friends, and our partners.
And now we will talk to a recent graduate of our program.
Thank you all for coming today. My name is Jesse Pinkman, and I am one of the first graduates of our program. Before entering this program, I was struggling with a 7-year meth addiction, and I hadn't talked to my family in over 3 years. Somehow, I was dealing drugs to get through life, and obviously as an addict, that became a problem. As soon as I hit rock bottom, I was lucky enough to end up at Amity. It was at Amity that I learned the importance of relationships. I got back in touch with my family through the therapeutic communities. From here, through this program, the only strength of these relationships, I learned how to create a lasting relationship, one that's not over a pipe, and I learned how to draw lines and create boundaries so I would respect myself and respect others. Instead of going to drugs for when I got sad, I was able to convert that into positive energy and to create my next best action. That was not enough. They also taught me how to apply this to the real world. I learned accounting, financing, and how to run a business. Now I'm the proud owner of my first small business, which is Pinkman's Power Washers. So I encourage you to come out and come support me. Whatever you give back to this program, it'll give back tenfold. Thank you.
Everybody just take another look and remember your past on your cards. And based on your history, what
2 children. So how can I take this program, even though I don't have enough money to pay for a babysitter?
Well, at this therapeutic community, Amity Circle Tree Ranch, families are welcomed. Everyone is invited. It's all age groups. And it's really about providing a wholesome family experience.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
You don't believe
No, I think that's bullshit.
What's your
So
name?
I'm 7. My name is Nara. And I got a mom. I don't have any dad. She's a drug addict. She's like coke and heroin all the time. And I am in 1st grade, and I've already been in 4 schools. So I don't believe you at all. I think you're full of...
Can I get a drink over here, please?
Yeah,
So what I want to tell you about this program,
So I don't believe that.
you've been in 3 schools, 4 schools.
4 schools.
4 schools
1
in 1
year.
year. So what we do with this program is it's very flexible. What we can do, we have these 4 phases. This can go at your own pace. And we put people in small groups so that you're working with people.
I hate groups.
I can't work in groups either.
Yeah, me too.
That's because you have not had the emotional intelligence skills taught to you yet. Which is emotional intelligence is like we're
All I hear is this, blah blah blah. You know, I can talk and ramble like that too.
So
I'm a
what
lawyer,
we learn
damn
in
it.
this program is, in the beginning, the first phase that I was talking about is about connecting with yourself. Now, I'm really excited for all of you to join in this program and become connected with yourself so that you have the skills to connect with each other. We know you have the potential, and right now,
I'd like that. My mom's, we don't connect. I don't have anybody. So I would really like to do that.
Well, one of the foundational core values that we implemented with the entrepreneurial program is that connection comes first. It's not the most important thing. You have to create boundaries in your life to be able to convert and really strategize, but you have to be able to connect with people, and we really want to share these.
Yeah,
skills
I agree
and
with
values
Emily.
with you.
It sounds like blah blah blah.
Well,
I do have one thing. This is the teacher. You're going to lose all those terrible people, the people who really gave you a negative time if you aren't empathetic with us.
well,
Somebody be empathetic with me up there.
something that I wanted to mention is that this program, we are giving it to the people that have already done the Amity program. So you do the Amity program first, which maybe you haven't completed yet. So you have to finish it first.
This is the orientation.
To our reinventing our not-for-profit program, which is an entrepreneurial give back.
So once
One of the things that can be very helpful that the therapeutic community usually does is when people talk like this, you go back into your history. You were in more trouble than them. You had a worse life than her. You really said no, 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 no for years and years, and finally something good happened, and that's what you want to be bringing back to them.
Yeah, I liked him, the graduate,
where's that
the most.
guy?
Yeah, can we bring the graduate back?
Also,
Can,
what about current users? How do you feel
Nice.
So, Savera, the thing is that when I started this program, I wasn't really into it.
That's better.
We were I was brought into this group, and they told me that we were going to be creating our own project. And
That's
you know
good.
what I did? I went to the bathroom during
That's
the
good.
breaks, and I didn't come back.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
what I have to say about this is that luckily the connection was so important for me because I had another friend who had been through a similar experience and was a little farther down the line from me and wasn't using anymore, and I was able to confide in that person. And having this confidentiality within our program is very important. It allows us to practice, like Nina was saying, failing and getting back up again before we are set on the stage of being out in the work world. So this is a very safe space, and we're very open to whatever kind of issues you're dealing with right now, because we understand that this is what this program is really
We
meant
only
to
have
foster.
10 minutes left, guys.
Thank you for those questions.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right,
Nice, Sharon. That
we'd
was
like
nice.
you to close your eyes again.
Mhm.
Now, let your characters slowly drift away. Watch them fade, and watch your true identities reemerge from the haze. Ground yourself. Plug your feet into the floor as if the ground is an outlet. Re-energize yourself. Take a deep breath in and out. Welcome your true identity with an open heart and an open mind. Open your body and heart to yourself and to others. Now think of your next best action. Questions you may have about the program, about this experience. Listen to your gut and consult your spiritual energy. Open your eyes. Welcome back to Advanced Social Entrepreneurship.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
So by now you've understood what it's like to be an ex-convict participant. You've understood the 4 components it takes to create Amity. It takes research, it takes the curriculum, it takes partners and friends, and it takes the conference which ties it together. It provides the legacy year after year. So today we're asking in front of you, we're asking one very simple concept. We're asking for support. We're asking for emotional support, we're asking for physical support, we're asking for any kind of resources, any kind of assets you may have. It's very easy to get involved at this. You can become a volunteer, you can become a teacher of our tenants, you can even send us an email, say we're doing a good job, that helps. And so we're actually doing something new, a new way of doing things, and we're really hopeful that we have your support.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any questions yourselves? Go ahead.
This might be personal for some of you, but I'm just curious, do any of you know anyone who has been incarcerated or know someone who is?
Yeah. I wouldn't rather go into it.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to know.
So my character says they have trouble working in groups and frequently becomes violent. So what do you do about violent people? Do you keep like security guards around like a prison, or?
So I think the idea of creating a character who can't work well in groups is really the challenge, because I don't think there is a simple answer to that. I think it's probably on a case, maybe session by session basis, and maybe. Yeah.
But one thing is the therapeutic community works with violent people all the time. So there's a rule. There's certain basic, what they call cardinal rules. One is no violence. When in the program, no violence. You do violence, you're out. You don't stay, there's no cops there, there's nothing like that. So that's a fundamental membership of the program. Now you can come back if you put out, of course, if you're ready and more ready, but they don't allow violence, and that way you can have a secure environment to talk about personal things.
I think another important component is that this program is voluntary. So if you didn't have an interest in being rehabilitated, you wouldn't be here. So although there might be the hesitation and the reluctance to really get involved and connect, it's there somewhere because you're here. So we want to channel whatever small amount of energy is geared towards that positive new path. We want to take that and we want to amplify it and create something.
Just one more thing. People have violent histories. So if you don't let them be physically violent, they can be emotionally very, very expressive, all the pain, rage, and the upset. That's totally welcome. In fact, that's part of the power of the program.
Yes, your past is actually not the thing that hinders you, it's the reason why you're there. So when you're coming here, you guys are not ex-convicts, but when the participants come to Amity, they have the intent to try to overcome these challenges, these learned habits from their past because of their past experiences, because things that may have happened to them, and they're trying to get over it. It's not something that they want to have to hinder their progress. They're trying to actively overcome it. So when they say that they don't work well in groups, that's not so much a reason why they shouldn't be in groups. It's more of a reason why they should be.
Excellent.
I guess my character is 7 years old. I was just wondering, how would you teach a child these skills rather than an adult?
Well, that is more like, because you can bring your whole family, but the program is for the people that were former inmates.
Right. Somebody asked, like, they had children, and obviously this program doesn't exactly exist, but I foresee that having a mother and a child work together and go through this process together could be very powerful. So that was, purposeful that a 7-year-old is hearing this orientation is like, what's going on maybe, but they do have the Firefly Ranch for families. So,
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're integrating things like Core 4, like things that are also just like good skills that you need to succeed. It's not necessarily like a master's training program.
Especially the new Core 4 book for youngsters, the whole children program, which is under development.
Let me give you a few things, and then I really want to respect the time for the groups. So here's what we need to do, okay? First, really congratulate all of you. You did a fantastic job on this. Really fantastic. Secondly, say to people, if you want to learn more about Circle Tree Ranch, which is the Amity program, we'll send you the link. And seriously, take a look at it. We're going to have we got 6 interns? We have 6 interns going there this summer. And last year we only had 3. They asked for more. So we're providing more. And this time Harry and I are going to be there for a while. We'll be there for a bunch in June. We're going to have a welcoming party for all of you who are coming. Any of you who couldn't but might want to circle back with us at some point, do, because it's one of the most successful application programs that's out there. Now, there were 3 things I saw here that I want to comment on. One was I loved your developing capacity on presentation. All of you were excellent at presenting, and you were right out there, and especially the women, because women are taught and trained to be back and to be quieter, and you were right out there. And I love that. You were fantastic, and a surprise with your, whatever. And Adam, you were a wonderful coordinator and collaborator and this kind of thing, and a leader on this deal. So that was a real piece of that. The second thing is, when I started giving you a bad time, obviously did that on purpose. I wanted to see you use more Core 4. I didn't know that you'd be able to do that yet, but let me show you what would have worked there, which is you go total empathy. Emily went after it. Somebody else went after it over here. We were being mean and aggressive to you. So instead of defending, instead of telling us why what you're bringing us is so good, which makes us wrong, by the way, makes you right, makes us wrong, none of it. Go to empathy. You seek to inquire what's really going on. You seek to understand. You don't seek to convince. And you do it through sharing your own personal experience. Whoever it is that you know who's incarcerated, hopefully you would share that. You would share, what I was hoping you'd do was this. When Severa was doing this on her arm, what's happening with people actively using, I would want to see track lines on your arm. Now, they maybe have to be pretend, but, I know what you mean. Look, right here. And while at the moment this seemed like the best idea I ever had, the truth is it was the worst. Because these lines right here, made me sell my body, made me lose my kid, and made me drink myself as close to death as you can get. Okay, are you listening to me now? See, now it doesn't matter whatever rotten things I was saying to you, because I'm beginning to identify with you and empathize. Go to empathy. Empathy. No matter what the deal is. Be very careful about contagion. Do not get triggered when you hear this kind of stuff. If you're going to be effective in any of this, any change maker modality, whether it's out in the ranch or it's in Africa or wherever it'll be, you cannot get triggered. Or if you're triggered, you need to know how to handle it. But don't instantly react from trigger. Take a deep breath. Slow it down. Let somebody else speak who isn't as triggered. Because this is provocative. What I had, what Emily had, what some of the folks over here were doing, it's provocative. It's to get you. It's emotionally violent, like Carrie was saying. In most programs, they won't kick you out for that. But it's not helpful. It's destructive. And you can turn it like an Aikido move by simply going totally focused on the other person. Let me understand that. Help me understand. Here's where I had some similar experience, and speak about some of the worst things that happened to you, not the best. Especially all of you, because you're privileged. And these folks are so not. And the last thing is, and it was interesting to me on the discussions, the ranchers felt the same as you. They feel like they're not making enough interventions if they don't take care of the children and families. Mm-hmm. So that's what Dragonfly is. It is in residential treatment for families to help distressed families not lose their children taken away by the state of Arizona. Part are Native American, part are just people that really need help on parenting skills. And we have been asked by Ashoka to actually develop our Core 4 manual as an empathy skill set for kids at that age, which we thought was really powerful and interesting. And I think I'll bring it next time and show you a little bit about what we're trying to do. But it's all the same kind of thing. It's really how to reach the little ones as well as empower the adults. That makes sense? So really, congratulations, guys. You did a fantastic job. He said I'd be wowed, and I think it was more than that.
Let me just say a couple comments. I think the opportunity that we had, which you guys rose to, great, was multiple components, complex, but an opportunity to really do something. It's not simply a college project. So I just want to say, and I challenged you on professionalism a couple of weeks ago, like, there was some, minor misses. Mm-hmm. And you guys have been so professional and come across, you really advanced this project, the thinking.
That's right.
You've done real solid work to give us more and more to really put it together, build upon it. And I'd like to invite you to remain part of the project, whether you're coming to the ranch, not, you're connected, a supporter, and that's true for the rest of the class too. It's a very special opportunity. I want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you, Harry, for mentoring.